Hey Legacy Builders, welcome back to Mind Your Money. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new, my name is Tasha. I'm a wife and a mother of 4 children, 3 boys and a girl. We're on a journey towards financial freedom. And in today's video, since we're closing out the budget by paycheck for the 22nd of November, I'm going to go over that and share what we did. I'm going to write in all of our real numbers and track expenses. And then I did not close out my budget last week, so I may just do a quick review so you guys who like following the budget can see where we are and what we did. Last week's paycheck was for the 15th of November, and we had our life insurance one that was paid from our cushion in our brick and mortar bank. Let me zoom in real quick. And then our Spectrum, which is just internet, that posted, we paid that. And Safe Horizon, which you can't see, hold on. Safe Horizon, this bill was due on the 16th. It's actually a charitable donation, and so that was a Saturday, and I haven't seen it come out yet, so I have to check and see what's going on with it. Now for this week's paycheck, the 4th week of the month, we have let me move this up a little bit. We have cell phone, which was paid from our cushion in TD Bank. Life insurance number 2, which usually it'll probably hit on Friday. It'll probably hit Friday on the actual payday, because it usually takes a couple days after, and that will also come from our cushion in TD Bank, so it's not coming from our actual budget. And that's it. I was expecting an AdSense pay, but I don't think I'm getting one in November. I will get one in December. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting an AdSense this month. So we're just going to work with what we have. I was supposed to put $100 aside for my birthday, which is this week, this 4th week of the month, but we couldn't do that with how, so there was some changes with payroll and stuff, and we just couldn't do it this week. But I'm taking my birthday easy, and we'll just, hopefully add that money to me so I can buy something for my birthday in the last week of November. We're still saving every week. We're still investing every week. That's not changing. It's set up to be automatic. This is a quick look at my monthly budget, which I hope to fill in anything that's completed for the month before we move on. Let's see. Paycheck number 3. Let's do a quick recap since I wasn't here. I didn't have a video filmed last week. Not that I wasn't here, but I wasn't on the space last week because I wasn't well, but I'm feeling much better now. So we had $11.63 and 14 cents in paycheck number 3 to work with. So $11.53 was from W-2 and $10.14 was in our cushion. The top priority was Romans 8. Therefore, there is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. The tithe was $115. I did send that over. I did not put anything aside for my birthday in week 3. So our total giving was $115. And then for investing, it got the $65 as usual. $35 went to Fidelity, to my IRA, and $30 went to Robinhood. That's where we're building up our dividends. For cash, I did take out $80, and this is how I would have broken it down, but honestly, we ended up spending that money on food and groceries and other things, and doing some laundry. So that's what happened with that. I didn't even get to film a cash stuffing video for it. We spent $101.12 on food in week 3, so that went over our budget of $75. Credit card number 1, we planned to pay $38. We paid $106. Rent plus extra, we did put $475 aside. And then for Spectrum, I budgeted $90. I always round up for bills though, and the actual cost was $89.99. So we paid that. So our total bills was $772 compared to the $678 that we planned. Moving over to savings, we had $75 like every week, like clockwork, saved behind for auto savings, and we have $56.03 left over, so I just left that behind in our cushion in the operating account. So that was a total of $131.03, sorry, that we saved, and that brought us to a zero-based budget. So if we take a quick look at can't see it because my faux plants are in the way. 9.8% went to giving, 11.2% went to savings, and 5.5% was invested in week 3. So we exceeded our savings and investing goals, which is nice. Giving was a little bit short only because some of that money did come from the cushion, so we don't tithe off of the cushion because money was already tithed off of before we saved it. All right, so we're going to move on to paycheck number 4. So for paycheck number 4, we planned for $1,100, and the actual income that we had to work with was $900 with 3 cents. Some of the money that we planned to use was already spent before we even got it because I was doing some grocery shopping. I was trying to prep a little bit for Thanksgiving early, and I ended up spending more than I had at the time. Ephesians 6:12 is my top priority. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, principalities, powers. There's a whole lot in Ephesians that is just so good and encouraging to deep down in the soul. So I love this for my top priority. Okay, giving. The tithe we planned at $110, and for my birthday we planned $100, but we couldn't do that for my birthday this week. So $114 was our actual giving. And then for my birthday, I didn't put anything aside because we had to pay our debt. And I'm taking it easy for my birthday. I'm not upset. I'll get some money next week, and I'll put that aside to get the things that I really, really wanted. One is the wallet that I've been looking at on Etsy. And the second thing is my planner for 2025. I want something really simple. I might go to like jetpens.com and order one from out of the country because they have some really nice notebooks and things that I can probably convert into like my everyday productivity planner, which I'm hoping to get soon. So we can do that next week. So that means our total giving was $114 for the 4th paycheck of the month. And then $35 is being left behind for Fidelity, $30 being left behind for Robinhood, so that's $65 to be invested this week. And then for cash, I did pull out $80 in cash. So what I am going to do is put $30 into our laundry envelope to give us a little bit of a cushion there so that we have extra money for next week to roll over. $15 going into my wallet, and $35 is going to all of the challenges that I'm doing. So check me out on Tasha's Money and Stuff if you would like to see what we're doing with that cash money. Okay, mortgage. This is getting $475. Macy's got 0. I wanted to put that towards my husband's Macy's card so we could pay it off this week, but we'll have to roll that goal over to next week. $64 was to go to credit card number 2, and what I did was I sent $41. Food, I had already spent money before we got there, so let me just add this up. I spent $12.25 taking myself out to eat somewhere during the week, and $10.11. So I spent $22.36 on food. All right, from this budget. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything. I think that was everything. We sent $41 to pay this credit card. $22.36 is what we spent on food, and that should be it. I hope I didn't mess up my numbers. So 41 plus 475 brings us to $538.36. That's how much we spent in total for bills and other expenses. Okay, and then to savings. Now automatically I have to put $75 in here because I need to leave that behind to make sure we pay for all of our automatic savings. And then I don't think I did put money into the cushion, which was $27. Let me check my spreadsheet and make sure, but my computer went dark on me. So yeah, $27. So in our cushion, $27 even. And I put some change into my zero out challenge. I figured I should start now instead of waiting for January. Like, just start now. And I sent 67 cents. So this is an automatic, a digital transfer, digital coin stuffing, if you will, because this is a high yield savings account with Capital One 360. The name of it is Zero Out Challenge. I put ZOC just to abbreviate it, but 67 cents went there. And I don't think I saved anything else for this week. So that's 75 plus 27 plus 67 cents brings us to $102 with 67 cents saved this week. Okay, Christmas didn't get anything. I wanted to put at least $1 in there, but no. Not today. I hope I'm not missing anything. I feel like I am missing something. I'm looking at my pre-plan, and I do think I got everything. So we should have a zero-based budget, right? We started with $900.03, subtracting our giving of $114, subtracting $65 that went to investing, then $80 that went to cash expenses, and then $538.36 that went to bills and expenses, and then $102.67. Boom. We have a zero-based budget. It is gray and rainy today, so I'm using just the light on my camera and whatever light we're getting from outside, so I hope it's not too grainy and, you know, weird looking to follow along with this video. I'm so sorry if it is, but it is what it is, y'all. All right, so our income that we budgeted with was 903 cents. And then expenses equaled 900 with 3 cents for a zero-based budget because we gave every dollar an assignment. Now our percentages, the goal is 10% to giving, 5% to savings, and 5% to investing. So let's see how we did. $114 divided into the income. We're at 12%, 12.6% actually was given. And then for savings, that was 102.67 divided into the 903 cents. That gives us 11.4. And then there's investing, which was 65 divided into 903 cents. That brings us to 7.2. So we exceeded our goal this week. We kept our investments stayed the same. It's a fixed dollar amount right now each week. No matter how much income comes in, we have to put that money aside. So I'm glad we were able to swing it. I'm sorry that we weren't able to put a little bit more towards the credit card or my husband's Macy's card, but this is a golden month, so we still have one more week to go. So I closed that out, and before I go to my expense tracker, or maybe I should do the expense tracker first, and then I'll set up a budget for paycheck number 5. So my last tracking, let me open this. It doesn't feel good to fold the book on this side. So when I last tracked expenses from the operating account, which was the 19th, $30 came out from Robinhood to invest, and that brought us to $46.03. I hope you can see it. So I'm going to go ahead and check my expense tracker on the computer and see where we are, and check my account too. See where we are. Okay, for whatever reason, I forgot to hit record, and my baby's now waking up. So really quick, on the 19th, the last expense I had written in before today was $30 that came out to invest in Robinhood. That brought us to $46.03. Then I had a transfer come in. I'm actually trying to automate our bills, and I'm opening up a new bills account, but I needed to time how long it takes for transfers to come in. So I did a $5 test, and that brought us to $51.03. And then my son's savings, he got $1. Our paycheck was deposited for $8.50. I withdrew $80 from our account, and that's considered savings because I am saving most of this money. Our bills account, we transfer $41 to this new bills only account so we could pay our credit card, and that's the credit card amount that I talked about in the budget. Our tithe was transferred for $114. A fourth of our mortgage was transferred for $475. Let me get the baby. And after the $4.75, I sent 67 cents to our zero out challenge. Now this is a high yield savings account, so that's why I put it as savings. Now I used, basically I have 2 charges for food that hadn't posted yet. They're still pending because I used the debit card. And sometimes it just takes a while for them to post. So I included that in my pre-planning, and I realized I had 67 cents left on the balance, but it's not reflected here. So really with the zero out challenge, you're supposed to take the last 2 or 3 digits of your account balance and then transfer that over to the savings. I did something a little different, so that's why there's still change on the end. And then on the 21st, I bought some groceries from Stop and Shop, and that will come from our food category. That was $19.67 worth of groceries, so that brought our balance to $169.69. Again, not including the food purchase that I made, because remember, if you were watching at that point, I spent $22.36 on food. That's still pending, so that is not reflected yet in this $169.69 balance. And then on top of that, I have let me just take 20, I think it was $22.36. I think that's what I just said. I also have to take $65 out. That's going to be invested next week, and then $75 for savings and automatic. So we're going to have about $7 left over in this account until next payday. So that's where we are basically until next week. But we already have next week's investments aside. We already have next week's savings, or this week's savings, sorry. This week's savings will come from here because I'm filming this a day early before Friday. And then we also have next week's investments to come out. So we have that, and that's where we are right now. I hope that I didn't confuse you guys who are following along with the budget. So then I'm going to go ahead and plan for next week, because we have a 5th paycheck in the month of November, and I want to make sure I give these dollars an assignment before payday so we know what to do. I paused to get myself a little slice of this chocolate cheesecake, and now we can get back into the budget. Okay, so for paycheck 5, knowing what I know, what I'm going to try to do is plan for $1,000, and I know that is not in alignment with my monthly budget because the plan was $1,100 per week. But I have to go with this for right now because I'm not 100% sure if the way I set up these new transfers of the income coming to this operating account, if it's going to be the full amount by this time. So just to play it safe, I'm going to budget for $1,000, and we're still going to put 10% of that towards our tithe. So for our giving bucket, the first thing I'm going to do is plan for $100 to give, and I don't think I have anything else planned in the last paycheck for giving. I think it's all going to be our investments, saving, and then putting a little bit extra towards the mortgage. So for investing, we're going to stick with Fidelity, and this is the IRA, and we're going to do $35. And then we have Robinhood. Again, that's for dividends. We're going to send $30 over there, and that's $65. Cash expenses, it's going to be $40. I'm going to have to lower it because I know we're going to be working with a little bit less. Now, laundry has to get money each week, so I'm going to keep that at $25, hoping that we have some rollover from the previous week, so we always have a little extra in there in case there's a bit of a mess. And then we have my wallet. Now, I'll probably drop this down to $5 just so I can have something on me. And then, oh, my birthday. I'll see if I can fit my birthday in. Then we have challenges. Challenges will get the difference. And so that's $30, and so that's $10 for challenges. Not a lot, but every dollar goes a long way. And some of those challenges, I think we're close to being done. So that would always That would be nice. For bills / expenses, I do need to put a fourth of the mortgage aside. And we're still going to plan for $475. Now, before I continue with bills, because I need to pay my husband's Macy's credit card number 2. Let's see where we are. We had $1,000 to start, so $100 was budgeted for giving, $65 to investing, $40 in cash, and then $475 towards the mortgage. We have $320 left. I'm going to skip the rest of bills and go up to the auto savings. We need to make sure that this $75 is left behind. That includes all of the purpose funds I shared with you in my November budget setup, and $25 going towards the credit card. So that money will automatically be transferred into the bill account, which is included in all of that. And so I'm going to put my cushion here. And I'm going to see, should I include myself as a bill or expense, or should I include it as a savings? I should probably put myself, well, you know what? I'll just add it to giving. I'm going to give myself some money. So I'll take out my correction tape and I'll make a correction. I finally went back and invested in this correction tape. So I'm going to take that out. And I'm going to put myself here as I'm giving myself. So Tasha's B-Day. A little bit late, but still, there should be some Black Friday deals. I'm hoping I can get that wallet and that planner for a really good discount. So we had $320 left, and we put $75 towards savings, which leaves us with $245. So I'm thinking I can put at least $55 towards my husband's Macy's card so we can get that paid off. And let's see if we can do that. So that's $55. That leaves us with $190. Let's put, okay, so for food for this week, and I don't know if we'll have rollover from the previous week. Remember, I think we're down to like $7, so we might not be able to count on that rollover. All right, I'll give us $80 for food. I know I wanted to put $100, but we were cutting it kind of close, and I need something for my birthday, so I'm going to still give myself $100. And this is going to be an extra debt payment. This is not the only debt payment. So $10 going to debt. So I'm giving myself $100, and then an extra debt payment is going to be $10. So this bucket for giving is $200. This is the bills and expenses is going to be $475 plus $55 plus $80 plus $10, which is $620 for bills. Let me just put an asterisk here because that's an extra debt payment. That's not the only, because remember, $75 is going in, and so then there's nothing for the cushion. Ooh, that's cut it close. Okay, $1,000 minus $200 for giving, $65 for investing, $40 for cash, $620 for bills, and then $75 for savings, $0. Boom. We have our zero-based budget. Let's see. My little snack is next to me on the little paper towel. So the planned income is $1,000. The planned expenses $1,000, and we're going to make it work. And we're going to trust the Lord. This is the extra paycheck, though. So thankfully we had this extra paycheck, because in paycheck in week, what week was that? Was it 3? Week number 2, we were working with a whole lot less money, and we didn't get to put aside anything for the mortgage, the extra. You see that's blank right here in the corner. So we needed this paycheck to catch up, to make sure we had enough for next month's rent payment plus extra on top of that, that we're calling it a mortgage. So thankfully we had this 5th paycheck to do that. And Next week is Thanksgiving. And we're not doing a big to-do. Kids don't like turkey. I don't feel like making a turkey. So we're going to have a very simple Thanksgiving this year. Plus, besides, we're on a debt-free journey. And we're saving for a mortgage. Like, we have a lot to do, so we have a lot to save for. So, that's it. We'll buy a ham. And we'll use up our Ibotta deals because they are giving some things away for free. I already got the cookies for baking. I already got stuffing. The cornbread stuffing. So we just need a few vegetables. Get our meat. We have chicken in the freezer, so we'll probably make some chicken too, along with the ham. Buy some macaroni and cheese. And another starch maybe. Not going to do anything too extravagant, so we'll do our best to make it work. Alright, you guys, so that's everything. I hope I talked through it well enough that you could follow along with me. I need to just update my debt tracker because for paycheck number 4, we put $41 towards debt. Whew. And from the budget itself, actually. So debt paid in week number 4 was $41. Credit card number 2. In week 3, it was $106. So that's it. That's where we are. And then we already paid Spectrum, Metro PCS, PCG, Geico, and life insurance number 1. So we only have 2 more bills to pay, the charitable donation and life insurance number 2, which again, this will be coming from our cushion in our brick and mortar bank. Paycheck number 4 is in the books. And then we just have to update my monthly budget to see if there's anything else that we can do. Okay, so I got a phone call and I got distracted, but I did fill in a couple things on my monthly budget. Metro PCS was paid for $93. Spectrum was paid for $89.99. I think my monthly budget is going to be all jacked up. The numbers are going to be like crazy because these payments were not made from the budget. They were made from other areas. And anyway, we'll see how it looks when we close out November's budget and get into December. I already have my December calendar set up. I'll probably share that with you guys in December. And then I already have some preliminary budget numbers for the monthly budget. So we'll see. I am still happy that we gave each dollar an assignment. I'm still happy that we gave. I'm so happy that we started contributing to the Zero Out Challenge again, because little by little we gather it up and we'll increase it, right? So that's it, and that's all for this week. I thank you guys so much for being here for as long as you were. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe with your bell notification on if you haven't before you leave. And I love you and appreciate you. Remember to mind your money, manage it well, and live your lives abundantly. And I will talk to you in the next one. Bye for now.